Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Your backdrop and mine are vastly different. I'm in mom's basement, me, mom, and you have like clothing behind you and pictures. It looks like a candy store for women.
This is my little oasis, so I love it. My daughter, when she moved out, I don't even think the car was at the end of the driveway before I took it over.
I love it. I could only dream. Everyone has come home and stayed home since COVID, so
Yeah.
I'm stuck in the basement. But that's okay. No one can find me here. Um, Scarlett, you and I connected on, I believe, LinkedIn. I put out a plea for help. I was like, I'm tired of wearing Joe Fresh. No, nothing wrong with Joe Fresh, but it just shouldn't be your entire wardrobe. I haven't cut my hair in a year. We'll get to that later. Um, and I just feel like when I look around and I want to go shopping, I just feel like I'm 55. I'm kind of in the middle of every brand I see. I'm not Zara anymore. I definitely don't fit the size I had before because my body shape has changed a little. I'm not ready for Dahliards and Reitman. I don't want to feel frumpy. I don't want to feel like I'm trying to look young. Like I want some designer out there to create clothing for women in the middle where we can feel like hip and relevant in our own way. So this has been a struggle, and you reached out to me, to my style SOS, and you put up your hand and said, it doesn't have to be that way, Jackie. So
Right.
can you tell me a little about that? And
Right. Couple of things. Everything you told me makes you incredibly normal.
okay, good.
Um, a lot of our bodies have changed. If anybody says it hasn't, they're lying. Because even if you're the same size as you were 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, things aren't in the same exact places they used to be.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
there, I mean, I have clients and friends who never even had children, yet their stomach has gotten a little bigger. So that's not always the reason. It's just because, as I say, our contents have shifted
Yeah.
and gravity is real. So so that is all very normal. And the thing that happens is we think we can change it and we think we can go back, by dieting or exercise, and it's not possible. So the best thing to do is to embrace the body that we have now and to start wearing clothes that are different than what we used to wear. And that's hard for a lot of people. Not everybody wants to give up their Zara.
Yeah.
So the trick is to embrace what we have and to learn how to minimize the things we don't like and maximize the things that we do like or we should like. And it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be our body. It could be just our eyes. If you can wearing colors that are right for you and your eyes pop out, well, who's going to look anyplace else if they see that sparkle up there, that glow?
That's why I
Um,
have these glasses.
yeah,
Don't
that's
look
right.
down.
They're a great, no longer is it like, you have to take your glasses off to make an impression. Now you put the glasses on and you make an impression. So it's many things have come a long way,
Yes.
including the fact that we can be comfortable in clothes, but as I always say, not look comfortable. But clothing can be very comfortable now because there's stretch in almost everything, which is like heaven.
I love that.
So,
I love that. I call that the all you can eat outfit.
oh my God, yes, yes. Except it comes to haunt you later on when you put something on that doesn't have stretch, but that's
Yeah.
a whole situation. And then in terms of the designers, you raise a really good point that you want a designer to do this for you, to find something, design a line of clothing that will work. It hasn't happened yet. You have either the clothes are not right or they're almost like a little bit too boxy, too
Yes.
flowy, too big.
Boxy.
Right, yeah.
Yes. And I'm
Boxy's
short,
never
so
good.
boxy is horrible for me because I guess the intention of a boxy top to sit above your belt, that goes to my hips and makes me look like a robot. It's not
Yeah,
good. And I don't even have hips.
that's not a good look. Yeah. And it can make us look bigger.
Yeah.
So, we sometimes, we'll put something on that's large and flowy. If you are a large woman, it really works well, but if you're not a very tall woman, let's say, it just makes you look like something swallowed you, something, eating you alive.
Yes. Exactly.
and it makes us look bigger, which is the opposite of what we want.
Yeah.
So the bad news is there isn't a line out there. The good news is, and it's a bit of a challenge, but can be done, that you have to be your own designer now. And that means learning what works for you and sticking to it. So a big problem that I see with women is that, there's three things that happen. That there are three main reasons women really struggle. And it starts after 41 years old, because up until 40, you think, I still got it and I can make it happen again. And then things, like I said, start to change. So the three most common reasons is, like you had mentioned, the body changes
Mhm.
and you don't know how to dress the body you have now.
Yeah.
The second thing is you're buying the wrong clothes for you. And the third is you're shopping at the wrong stores, which you also kind of, alluded to. So once you start knowing what works specifically for you,
Mhm.
it becomes less overwhelming. So I always start with colors. The first thing I do with my clients, and not all stylists do this, but I like to do this, is to give them recommendations for the best colors to wear, meaning near your face. So if you start becoming aware of what colors work for you, meaning your eyes sparkle, your skin tone looks healthy, as opposed to looking yellow, red, gray, ashy, dark circles, like all these things that you don't want to look like. You don't want to look sick, basically.
Yeah. No.
So and although I'm trained in this, you can get an idea of what works for you just by holding something underneath your face and seeing what happens. There are women who wear a color, let's say black, not great for everybody. And for some women, it makes them look like they're disappearing, or they have darker circles than usual under their eyes. Teeth look yellow, eyes look yellow. So be mindful.
Yeah. Oh
It's
my gosh,
really,
I never thought about that. I mean, I thought about, certain colors wash me out, but it is funny that certain colors do make my teeth feel like my eyes and my teeth feel like I'm jaundiced.
yes, right.
Hey.
So now that's not the color to wear.
Yes.
Know your
Okay.
face. Chest down, go for it. If someone loves orange and it makes your face look orange, which happens, then make sure you wear that color anyplace else except right here. From from the neckline up. Once you know the colors, right, or have a good feel for the colors, the beautiful thing is that if you only stick to the colors that work for you, one, it makes shopping so much easier because now you're not overwhelmed. You can zone in on a color and what to avoid. I mean, it's not only what to look for, it's what to avoid. So if you do the filters on online shopping, you can only check off the colors that work for you. And when you're shopping in person, just go quickly past the rack for the colors that are not right for you or right for you. But the really cool thing is when I work with my clients and I show them the best colors for them to wear, and I help them find those clothes, all those great colors for you can be mixed and matched very easily. And that totally takes away overwhelm. So, for instance, there could be things in your closet or your listeners' closets that they don't know what to do with. They bought it, it was a great price. The salesperson told them it looked wonderful on them. That's a whole other subject. It was given to them by a friend. They don't know what to do, whatever. If that piece of clothing doesn't work with anything else in your closet, it's just a waste of money. But if it's in a
Yeah.
color that's right for you and you're slowly making everything else in your closet be the right color, it'll go with almost everything in your closet.
Yeah.
So a great wardrobe is one that's smaller than what you likely have now, but more outfit combination possibilities than you have now. So that's one thing. Second thing is, and this is really hard for women, but we sometimes have to wear a different size than we'd like to wear.
No
So
one sees the label on your pants. That's why I do my own laundry. I don't want anyone, nobody needs to know.
I like that, do your own laundry. Or don't wear your clothes inside out, so nobody has to know. But women really have a hard time. Men are like, okay, fine, I need a bigger size. Fine.
Yeah.
No sweat. They don't care. Want to make it easy and convenient. Women get very emotionally invested in the size that they wear. And often will say, if I have to buy that larger size, I want to lose weight first. And I can tell you from personal experience and from observing many women that I work with and meet, it's easier said than done. So a lot of women will put off buying clothes that fit them because they keep saying, well, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to lose weight. after the holidays or after, or for the wedding or what, it's always something. But it doesn't really happen. It's like I say, don't hang up a pair of jeans, let's say, that are a size that you want to be again in your closet and say, this is my motivation. If that worked, we would all be so skinny. We would all be
Oh,
so thin.
you just hit me where it hurts. I have two pairs of jeans in my drawer, still a size two, and I'm like, one day, one day. And every year I pull them out, I'm like, oh, now I'm another size further from you.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
what
gave them to
happens.
my
Yeah.
daughter, and she's like, these aren't hip, Mom. I'm like, ugh,
Oh,
okay.
that's a whole other story too.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least you have them in a drawer and they're not hanging in your closet, taking up precious space and reminding you every single day that you are not where you think or want, well, you think you should be or want to be, you know?
Yeah.
So it's okay to, sometimes women have to go down a size too. I mean, I had a client years ago who I went to her home first and then we went shopping. Every single item in her closet was big for her because up here she was a certain size, but her body was actually smaller. So it can work in reverse too. It's not always you have to go up a size. But when you do go up a size, I am telling you, and the item fits you, and nothing is hugging, and there's no ripples. I call them the baker's dozen. All those things that happen over here.
Yes.
When all that is hidden away in the right size, you actually will look and feel thinner, and
Yes.
so self-conscious and beating yourself up. You know, and then the other thing is with the stores, you have to experiment, which means even in the stores that you don't think are good for you now, it's still worth looking and seeing if there's a piece here and there. Maybe not
Yeah.
build your
Good
whole
point.
wardrobe, but look, because you'd be surprised what something that you think won't look good or looks frumpy or whatever, you put it on, it might look really good. So I always say, don't judge by the hanger, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of times things that look on the hanger or in a photo can look really good on you. And sometimes things that look really good on a hanger or in the photo can look really bad
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
you. So it's also mindset shift. In other words, instead of like thinking, ugh, how am I going to find anything? Or, ugh, nothing is right for me. Look, well, let's see how much fun I can have today. So one of my fondest memories was I needed a dress for some occasion. I forgot what it was, and I was with my daughter, who is. There are worse critics, but we don't necessarily want to dress like them either, right? And so I was in the dressing room with her, and I put on this dress, and from the front, it looked really good. I was really pleased, and then I saw in the mirror the back, and in the back, I had cleavage. I did not know that was possible
At
until
cleavage. That's new. That's awful.
awful. It was awful. And I don't know why, but she actually didn't whip her phone out and take a picture. I wish I had it because it was, because they take
Yeah.
pictures of everything. But anyway, you have to look front and back too, which is a really important lesson.
Mhm.
But I laughed. I didn't like go, ugh, I'm fat or ugh, nothing works. I laughed. And if you're willing to laugh a little bit, you know, that would be really great too. So that's
Think
important.
you have to because honestly, like sometimes I get into a change room, I'm like, who do I think I am? But the lighting in change rooms and but also too when you talk about, finding those pieces, two things that stick out for me is it took me forever to figure out that I like boat necks, turtlenecks. Now I like turtlenecks because of this, and V-necks, but I do not like scoop necks. I
Mhm.
don't like the round neck of a t-shirt. Like finding a neckline is really important because I
Yep.
notice the difference, like how elongated I feel versus when I wear like a scoop neck. I just feel like I'm all upper
Yeah.
body.
Scoop necks are typically not nice on anybody and they should be banned. I'll be
It
honest with
should
you.
be banned.
It should be banned. I don't know why they do that. And they do it a lot in plus sizes too, and it really looks terrible. I don't know why, but that's also what I do. I advise women on what necklines work for them, which again makes the shopping easier because now you eliminate certain colors and you eliminate certain necklines. Like you're aware of it. A lot of times, a woman is not aware of what a neckline can do. There is this I can't think of the right misnomer. That's the belief that if you wear a V-neck, it elongates you. It actually doesn't work for everybody. So that's just something to
Yeah.
keep in mind.
Yeah.
Some people don't look good in V-necks. Some people don't look good in angle. They need the round. It all depends upon a person's proportions and face shape. So it's not like a
Right.
one size fits all. There is no such thing as a one size fits all. Never, nothing
No.
fits all. But it's that's one, an example of how don't assume because you read in a magazine or so on TV that this thing that somebody told you works for everybody. It doesn't. Everything is very specific, and that's why women struggle because they see that something works for somebody, and so they think, well, if I put it on, I'll look the same way.
Yeah. No. No, no. I used to do that. I would watch Suits, the series, and then I would Google oh my gosh, the lead character, the fiery redhead, gorgeous girl. She had the best clothes, and I would Google what she wore in every episode. And then I'm like, who am I kidding? I'm about a foot shorter, a foot wider. She's a
Yep.
redhead. I'm a blonde. Like, it's not gonna happen.
It's all, yeah, definitely not the colors for sure. It's not gonna happen. And by the way, do you think on those TV shows they're wearing things off the rack? They were tailored up the wazoo.
I know. I want to be on a
We
TV show.
we we need to embrace tailoring. We really do.
Uh,
I mean, so when a man walks into a store, a department store, and he's looking at, pants or suits, a tailor miraculously comes out to help him, right? When a
right.
woman is struggling with something, she thinks it's supposed to fit right off the rack. It doesn't always happen. It can happen. It doesn't always
Yeah.
happen. And there's no tailor unless you request one. If you're lucky enough to be in a store that even
That has
has
one.
a tailor.
Yeah, that's a really good point because I'll end up by buying things and taking them up the street to this tailor, a woman who's amazing. But I always think I should get some money off this dress because I literally had to recreate it. Then again, it probably wasn't the dress for me, but still,
Yeah. Yeah.
that is
And
very,
I mean,
very
if you wanted to make a dress, it would be really a cost a fortune. So that's the other problem. But it's like, for instance, with pants. So let's say a lot of women, they have wider hips and so they buy a pair of pants that fit the hips, but the waistband is too big. What a lot of women tend to do is say, oh, they don't fit. But instead, if you had the waistband taken in, which is not crazy expensive, and it fits your hips, I mean, you would look so much more, you would look more thinner and more professional and more, I don't know, comfortable. Like you would feel better about yourself. You wouldn't be hiking your pants up all the time. You wouldn't be
yeah.
worried about something popping in an inappropriate moment. So just
Wardrobe
pretty much any
malfunction.
moment. But those are the kind of things that a tailor could really help you with. I have to say, very interesting. A lot of women don't even realize that pants should be shortened. I mean, they think that they put a pair of pants on and then they go, well, it's too long. That doesn't even dawn on them to have them shortened. So that's a very quick and easy solution. Dry
Yeah.
cleaning usually has somebody who can do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But that's that, so women will wear pants that are too long sometimes and they're puddling up on the floor on their shoes. And then it looks a little sloppy. And then you look again a little bigger and a little schlumpy is a
Yep.
word that we use,
Okay.
frumpy.
I like
Um,
Loki. Okay.
yeah. So it's something, a simple thing like that makes a huge difference. Even if sleeves are too long, get them shortened.
That's a really good point. I think what's happened is we do so much fast fashion that it would cost us a fortune because we're buying so many pieces, right? And we're buying them online. And like, seriously, stuff comes here, I buy it online, and then I have to send it back. But I'm not the same, like I said about Zara. I used to go crazy buying Zara, but now when I buy the same size, it fits some places and not others. And then I'm like, who's this made for? So I have to send it back. It's not
Right.
even worth tailoring because the tailoring costs more than the item. But on a good piece, I would definitely do it. And as someone who is 5'1 3/4, I always have to shorten pants, skirts,
Yeah.
everything. So I'm used to that, but I will only do it on pieces that I think I'm going to keep for a long time and it's a quality piece.
I mean, there's mid-price item, it's important to not keep buying with the fast fashion because it does
Yep.
tend to not look good after a few wearings or washings, so it
Yep.
becomes just garbage.
Hmm.
So you're actually better off investing in a better pair. I don't mean crazy expensive, but just a little better because it'll last longer
Yeah.
and can tolerate being washed. If you know, I like things that I can wash in a machine. That's my preference.
Yes, me too.
Uh,
Yeah.
dry cleaning is for a special occasion.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. I think I have one thing that has to be dry cleaned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
But the fast fashion again is not the greatest way to go anymore. If for accessories and fun it is.
mm,
Look, I don't believe in trends, I'll be honest with you. So
oh,
a lot
good.
of a lot of times people say, well, this is in. Well, this might be in, but does it look good when you're in it? Is a big
Yeah.
question
Is it for
to
you?
ask,
Yeah.
So but women have kind of won a little bit in the terms of fashion because there's no longer the rules like they used to be. Like
Yeah.
this is in, and if you wear something else, you're gonna look like, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Almost anything goes now.
I
Almost
noticed
anything,
that with like pants mostly, like used to be skinny jeans, but you can wear flared, you could wear bell bottom, you can wear anything, anything goes now. Maybe that's
anything
just like
goes.
I'm noticing that in our generation, but I love that. And I
Yeah,
don't let my daughter buy any fast fashion. She's a thrifter, which I love.
yeah, yeah. That's getting more and more common with the younger generation, which is
It
fabulous.
is. We are killing the landfill. But
Yeah.
another question about fashion though. Um, you mentioned there's three things. You talked about, finding the piece. Oh my gosh, my brain fog's already in.
The body has
The
changed.
body has
Shop what stores
changed.
you're shopping at, and you're buying the wrong clothes.
Buying their own clothes. Now, women of a certain age, we have another issue to deal with, and that is the volcanic heat that we feel. And I look at women wearing cashmere and I am so jealous. I'm jealous of their collagen and their cashmere. I cannot wear a sweater. Like I'm in my basement. It is almost December. I'm in Ontario. Do you know how
Yeah,
cold it is here?
yeah,
And look at
yeah,
me. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oof, it's hot
Well,
down here."
I mean, I gotta tell you, I earned this sweater, okay? Because because I spent many years just like you, not wearing a sweater, and I finally can wear a sweater again, and my window's open though, so
Cheater. See, this is what they used to do with supermodels. They'd airbrush them, and everyone's like, "Oh, she looks amazing." This is the new airbrushing, keeping windows and fans on, and being like, "Yeah,
it's
I
open,
wear
yeah.
sweaters."
But so I mean, so what I typically do is layers, so I can peel them off and put them back on because I can in 1 hour, if not a hot minute, go from sleeveless to put I call them toppers, something you put over, and then taking it off and on. So layers are great.
Yeah.
Scarves are like decorative scarves, not like winter scarves, but like very thin kind of scarves are great for putting on, adding some sort of interest to your outfit, and then whipping it off when you have to.
Yeah.
So and the other thing is that a lot of the fabrics now, a lot of the synthetics are really good synthetics, and
Good.
they
Okay.
they allow you to breathe. It's not like the old days where you put some polyester on. It was like saran wrap kind of
Yeah,
a
they were
feeling.
trying to kill us. Yeah, that was
Yeah, yeah.
awful.
So it's really become quite lovely. Some of these synthetics cost more than like silk now. They are really nice. Like Modella is a great one. And so when you put these clothes on, you might look like you're going to be hot, but you really don't get that hot in them. So don't, in
Okay.
other words, experiment. Don't just because you see polyester or synthetic, don't run away. They really are incredible now. So that's
Do you
just something
have some
to think about.
specific fabrics you think that we should keep our eye out for when we're looking
Well,
to?
Modelo is a good one, and then I'm blanking on anything else.
Okay.
Um,
That's good to know because I have heard that. I work with some brands who are really exploring the fabric before the fashion, and I love that because it really is an issue for us. Like my husband says to me in the summer, especially on a cool summer night, he's like, I feel like I'm at a Cher concert. You do so many wardrobe changes. I'm like, but I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm medium, I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm cold, I'm hot. Like it's never ending. I just don't have enough clothes for a summer night to keep like shedding them and bringing them back. And I
Yes, I mean sleeveless, but they used to be like the top you're wearing now used to be that would immediately go into the summer storage. Like if you people switch out their closets, I have everything in one closet because I don't have a lot of clothes because it's
because you
shocking, but I know how to make bunches of combinations. But it used to be all the sleeveless stuff, before
Yeah.
we got hot, would just be banished until spring, right?
Yeah.
Now you can buy sleeveless tops all year long because they're fabulous layering pieces.
Yeah, they are. They are. And like if this were a long sleeve piece, I would never put a blazer over it. Just because it would become too fitted and uncomfortable. No, I love sleeveless, not just because I'm hot all the time, but I just think, and it's nice at our age we can still wear sleeveless and not complain about it. Like
Yeah.
I don't want women hiding their arms and their necks. Like, just enjoy
No, and
it.
women, I mean, but I have to say, a lot of women hate their arms.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're not anywhere near as bad as they think they are, and nobody really will look, honestly. And I mean, if you wave and things move, then don't wave. But
Just be rude.
so, but
Fist bump.
if you're hot, and you should be
Yeah,
sleeveless, period, you
yeah,
know?
exactly.
The only time I think it's a little silly with the sleeveless is if you see like women like doing weather reporting on the news, and they're reporting that it's 10 degrees or 10 whatever Celsius, and then they're wearing like sleeveless dresses, and like everybody else
Yeah,
is like this at home. It's a little,
I know, but
come
they're
on.
I think of them, I think that's why they have that job. They're under hot lights and they're probably in perimenopause and they're like, what the actual hell? Like, I know
Yeah,
they want to
they
jump in
also
the
they
snowbank.
also work out they also work out their arms really good, so they are
Are
gorgeous,
really
they're
good.
beautiful, but it's a little, it's like, it's rubbing it in just a little bit. So
Good point. Um, do you think there are any sort of styles or I'm not going to say fashion trends, but styles that women of a certain age, let's say women over 40, when things start to change, like you said, this is when that happens. Do you think there's anything we should stay away from?
well, any like trend that's really meant for younger people, like things that have cutouts in all the places that, like, I mean, they have cutouts. This is the shoulder always looks good no matter how old you are. So a cutout here, if you want to wear it, go. It's called a cold shoulder. Go for it. But like they have now cutouts like over here where the stomach is, and then they have cutouts in the back where the back cleavage could
I
be.
know.
Avoid very trendy things. But I believe in, as long as you are not like, an artist can do very creative,
Yeah.
flowy clothes kind of a thing. But if I'm going to do a very generalized tip, stick to the classics and then go wild and crazy with accessories.
Yeah.
So, like, this is a very funky kind of a necklace that I can change whatever I
That
do.
is very
Not,
cool.
it's not for everybody, but I can put this on with a simple black top or a white top, or anything basically that's in my color palette, and make it interesting. And then I can take it off and put a strand of pearls on and have a totally different look. So
Yeah.
I'm a huge believer in using accessories to show your personality, to show your creativity, especially if you're in the creative world, like artists, interior designers, um, graphic designers, website designers. Use accessories to show off you and to have fun, to add a little fun to your wardrobe. And then like a basic pair of black pants in whatever style works for you. So it could
Yes.
be skinny, it could be straight, it could be a little bit flared. It'll be in forever now. So
Yep.
that's wonderful. And then to embrace what I call toppers. So those are things you put over a top or over a dress. It could be what's known as a blazer or a jacket.
Yep.
It could be with the flowy things that kind of move a little bit. I love things that move because I think when
Yeah.
you walk in the room, there's a little drama to that, and I like that.
I love flowy
Um,
stuff.
it's also great for hiding certain things
Yes,
on
it
us.
is. I like that too.
And then, find your best like three colors and stick to them like crazy. And
Mm,
that'll help you avoid like buying things that you end up not wearing or don't know what to do with. Start there
yeah.
initially.
How do you find your colors? Do you remember in the 70s when you would do your colors and you were like autumn or you were
Yep.
summer or you
Yep. I
were
still
like,
do the seasons, and sometimes there are women who could wear a little bit of more than one.
yeah,
So there are online tools that you can try to do, but and when someone works with me, I show them with pictures what to do.
yeah.
But the best thing to do is, just like I said earlier, hold it under your face and see what happens.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
funny there, and what I loved about what you said earlier is, everything's kind of up for grabs now. And I remember when I would never wear orange because that, like, especially when you're younger and you don't, you're in school, maybe you don't want to pop out that much, or you don't want to look like you're making a statement. But now you can, and you can find like different hues of orange. And, the
Yeah.
flattering colors for me were always like, oh, it just feel like I'm standing out like a beacon. But now it's so commonplace. My go-to is always black. My mom gets so upset about it, but I just love black. But now I have a golden retriever, so I can't wear black.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, it is tough. It's tough
That
being me. I'm not
that is
Scarlett. I'm in my
nothing
basement.
like
My
a good
golden
lint
retriever's a
roller,
a lint
that's
roller.
really what you
That's a
yeah, that's what
big
you
fashion
need.
accessory in my house.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
and
I
I mean, the color, unfortunately, they don't do color analysis like they did in the 70s, and it was you
yeah.
could go anywhere. I mean, I remember I had it done at like a after school program or something. It
Oh,
was like, it was what do you call it, early education. I forgot what it was. It was some sort of education for adults, but in a school at night. And
like night
I did the
school, like
color. It
continuing
was
education.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
it. Thank you. It was everywhere,
Yeah.
and it used to be like in California, from what I heard, that in the States, in California, they used to have racks of clothes in the department store on just the color. So there'd be an autumn rack, a spring rack. It
Oh,
was brilliant,
that
brilliant.
would save time. Yeah, I love that. I'm gonna go back to that. I mean, my colors are whatever is in my closet. That's my colors right now, but I got to change that. I'm inspired to do that now. Thank
But
you.
I do want to say one thing about colors. What we were told to wear back in the 70s, let's say,
Yes.
might not necessarily be the best for now,
No, you're right.
especially if your hair color has changed. So there are a lot of women from the pandemic decided not to color their hair anymore, and they're now, silver beauties. So
Yeah. That would
then
change your.
the colors you wear now will likely need to be softer than the
Yep.
ones you wore when your hair was whatever, brown or black. So that's just something to
Yeah.
keep in mind.
Oh, good to know. We actually have a great designer here. She's based in Toronto, where I am. Brenda Badome, but you can get her stuff all over Canada and probably even in the US. But I love Brenda because she does create products that are layered. Like she has a gorgeous tank with a cardigan, but it doesn't feel like it's not a Golden Girls cardigan. Like it's a very stylish, more Audrey Hepburn-y. And then
Yeah.
she's been doing these pants, like the all you can eat pants for so long. Like they're very stylish, but the waistband is a waistband
Yep.
with a button, but it stretches.
Yep.
Love her
Yep.
stuff. And it's
That's
not,
the way to go.
fabric is not hot. So she's the one designer that I can think of.
Right. Right.
But if I leave my Brenda Badome, I really do struggle. So I really feel like this was great advice because knowing that, finding pieces, not focusing so much on like a store like Zara or the Gap, but looking for pieces anywhere, but keeping.
Anywhere. And here's the tip. When you find something you're tempted, immediately ask yourself, will it go with at least three things in my closet already?
Oh, that's a good rule of thumb.
Because that way, you can make more outfits, wear it. I mean, just, wear it more than once. Don't buy an outfit and only wear it that way.
Yeah.
Only buy things or wear things that could be mixed and matched. I always say, like, I make new puzzles with my clients' closets. So a lot of women buy something, they wore the certain necklace with it, and they hang it up that way, and they hung up their outfit. Now they wear that outfit over and over again.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
so much better hanging everything separately, and
Yeah.
then that way you can make more combinations.
Well, it begins to look like your uniform. Oh, I'm pulling out the top with that necklace, and everyone knows that outfit.
Right,
Yeah, the mixing and
right,
matching. I
right.
have so many beautiful necklaces and bracelets and scarves, and you know what? I don't have them on because I lost the backings, but I wear a little pair of diamond earrings and I wear the same little necklace all the time with a J on it, which I'm starting to think is how I remember my name now because of the brain fog. But I have all these gorgeous necklaces upstairs, and I think because I dress so casually now, I think, oh, that's too dressy. I can't wear that. But I'm gonna pull them out with a t-shirt.
Well, about I was working with a client last year, and she was, I was making outfits with the clothes that were bought, and I said, this one outfit, it needs something else. It needs another necklace, and everything that she had shown me, it was okay. And then she went, you know what? I have this box. Hold on. And she went into this box that had been sitting 20 something years in the bottom drawer in her bedroom dresser of necklaces she kind of didn't even pay attention to anymore. And in that box was this multicolored necklace that was perfect for this outfit
Oh,
and so many other things. So there are things hiding that you've maybe
yeah.
it's things from our mothers or aunts or friends gave us, and those
Oh,
pull
yeah.
those suckers out because you'd be surprised at what can be done. Your necklace, because it's simple, you can still wear another necklace with it,
Yeah.
you
True.
know?
I just never think to do that. I'm so simple with my fashion, but I love that. And I have my grandmother who passed away. I have her like costume jewelry.
See?
And I remember I played with it when I was a kid. And now I'm like, oh, I can't wear that. It was like toy jewelry, but it's actually really nice. And now I
Yeah.
can.
Oh, costume jewelry from her time is
Yeah. I love
nothing
vintage.
compared to what's
Yeah, I think I should have been born in the 50s. That is my favorite era of style and jewelry,
see?
decor, everything. Yeah.
Yeah. No, wear it. Absolutely wear it. Don't making something yours by adding that little different kind of a flair to it is what makes
Yeah.
it what makes an outfit special. And it makes you, you know what, when you're wearing something that you feel good in and look good in and that you did a little something to it, you literally stand taller. You actually it changes everything about how you hold yourself and how you feel about yourself.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Wow, you've given me a lot to think about. This is also really helpful because I think, when you go through this transition from your 40s, I hate calling it the menopausal years because we are more than menopause, but you start to wonder what your style is anymore. And that's where I struggled. I think I got stuck like you said, women who let their hair go gray. Like before I hit 40, I always had this style. And then all of a sudden I was like, I had a child and then I was a mom and with vomit on me all the time. Like I couldn't wear that stuff. I wouldn't let her near that stuff. And now I'm like, okay, she's self-sufficient. She's 12. She's not going to throw up on me anymore or throw food at me. What's my
Oh,
style
that'll come again.
yeah, it'll come again. I can't wait. But what's my style now? And so these were some really great tips for that, like really helping me go, oh, that's something to think about. And pulling out all that jewelry I have in my hidden drawer, I'm gonna like, it's like the good
Yeah.
china. Use it, right?
Use it, absolutely use it. And I want to say, a lot of women, they use time as an excuse not to work on their style and what they wear because they keep saying, well, one day, next day, one day. And when you don't take action pretty much, as soon right away, I mean, quickly, you're basically allowing yourself to stay comfortable in being unhappy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I don't want anybody to do that. So just go out there, experiment, have a little, play a little bit,
Yeah.
learn what works for you
Yep.
and stick
I
to
bet
it.
your clients love working with you. I bet you guys have so much fun on a
We
spree.
have fun. We do have fun.
I
Yeah. I
think
mean, I
so.
have clients who are dating again because they now are wearing clothes that they feel good and look
Oh,
good in. I have a client who wanted to date again, and instead, not instead, but as a bonus, she got promoted, and that was not what she was looking for. But that
wow.
shocked actually, but she was dressing so much better at work, and she's only in her 40s and was dressing older than she was,
That can make you look old, just the way you
Yeah,
dress, right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
it everybody is different, but every woman, and I can tell you this, a lot of women come to me when they hit 60, and every single one wonders or regrets why they waited, but it's that time thing again. Their children were grown. Their bodies were not going to go back to what they were when they were 35. They
Yeah.
finally accept it, but they could have started earlier and felt better about themselves and not wasted so many years. So that's really important
Kidding.
to me that women don't waste time because it's so precious.
Yeah. Oh, it's a big problem. We don't invest in ourselves. We spend so long caring for everybody else. Whether you're a parent or not, you're caring for somebody somewhere. Women take on a lot of the mental load regardless of whether they have a family or they're single. So it really is important. And I love that advice that, to invest time in ourselves because we need to be happy.
Yeah.
Scarlett,
Yep.
this has been amazing. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I hope will you join me again for another episode? I think I'm gonna have more questions once this percolates. Once I rip my closet, my drawers apart and pull out all my jewelry, I might have some questions for you.
Absolutely.